Wait, let's say our pronouns real quick. I'm a he.
I'm a starfish. You and I are sick.
You walked into a lion's den.
You wouldn't know that it was human meat until they said to you, human carpaccio.
When I think about eating people, not only do I think about how they would taste, but I also like to think about their personality.
Walked into a lion's den.
Just call me my guy and we're good.
Yeah, call me my dude. That's it. You sound like the dumbest robot made.
I am the dumbest robot.
Thank you for listening to Splittin Hairs. On this podcast, you're gonna learn about yourself. I'm Asha Salzano.
My name is Chris Metcalf.
We're all lizard people anyway.
Do you want to lay next to me? Could you hear that in your ears? Why don't you lay inside my pool of babies?
You know, like if there is one thought that I know everyone has in common when you speak, is I bet you the thought why comes to a lot of people's head when you speak.
I'm just trying to have a good time.
Mm-hmm. That we are having here. You bring. Don't worry about that. Don't try, baby. You just do.
I'm having too good of a time.
Yeah. Which is it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Welcome to Splittin Hair. We're splitting hair.
Splitting just one hair today.
It's so funny because I add S's to things and then I don't add S's to other things. It's like where it's supposed to be. I do not add the S.
Is that a what do you think that, have you ever like wondered what that is?
Chris is trying to ask me if that's a Hispanic thing without trying to seem racist.
I was gonna go there.
Yeah,
I
knew you were
Well,
gonna
no,
go
I
there.
wasn't trying not to seem racist. I was more just.
We're so loud. It's not. Yeah. We're so loud.
No, it was more like. My reservation on saying the Spanish thing was because I was like, oh,
Because you didn't want to sound racist. Well,
I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
I'm really not.
None of us thought you were, though. I'm trying to put this on Do Not Disturb, you know?
Your computer?
Yeah.
What disturbs you on? What disturbs you on the computer?
Your text messages. But like,
I
you know,
never have that shit to. Oh, okay. I was like, wait.
You don't connect your everything together. You don't have your.
I do, but I have it all turned off.
You don't have your cloud.
You're not synchronized. The cloud is the future. I get like the basic. I feel like cloud and like all the Apple syncing shit. I get
Don't ask.
baking soda water.
Yeah.
Like I get. It's like with math. Like this would always happen to me in math. They're like, today we're doing geometry, and like the first couple weeks you're like, this is easy. A square, an obtuse triangle, and a Q triangle. You're like basics.
Yeah.
And then they're like, after like week 2 or 3, they're like, now we're going up levels. Like now, all that shit we taught you, hope you remember it, because now we're turning it into equations.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's where I'd be like, what happens to just naming shapes?
That's like science. Science,
same way.
With
Yeah.
photosynthesis, you're like air, like earth, ground.
4 elements.
Yeah, like living, like things, like are things living in the sun or not, or they're not living in the sun?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like, what liquids could destroy your whole face if it touched your whole face? You're like, what? You're like the pyramid. You're like, get this shit out of here.
Yeah. The one that always fucked you was I remember would be like biology, because biology they always start off with like we said, like the basic shit, like amphibians, frogs, lizards, right? You go through that whole shit, and then all of a sudden they're like the periodic table, and then you got to start knowing all like the little symbols and shit.
That's what I meant when I said pyramid. It was the periodic table.
I thought you were just like weaving in ancient Egyptian shit with science, which there's plenty of overlap. I didn't know you were talking about the periodic table.
I was. I really was.
Hey, but you didn't pluralize it. You just said the pyramid, so that's good.
Yeah, I would love to learn English from you. You called a store a technology store. And then you're like, and then you know what's so funny about you? You're like, we're walking to the store to get like some equipment. We needed some
Equipments.
Some gigabytes. And he goes, is there a technology store around here? And I laughed because I Googled technology store. But I did it just because you said it. And then we're walking there, and I kept saying technology store. Yeah, this is technology. This technology store is good. And then you turn around, and you're like, you know what's funny about you? You call this a technology store. And I was like, you know what's funny? Was that you said it, and I'm making fun of you. You jackass.
Yeah, I don't even remember saying that.
Yeah, I know. You almost fought me on it, too. You almost fought me on it, and I was like, Chris, please, you know your mind is not well. Like, come on. Like, come on. There are some things that, like, you're very knowledgeable in certain things.
People are getting more dumber as they're
more
listening.
Dumber.
Yeah.
More dumber.
More dumber.
No, but you know certain things about certain things. Like there are things I would not fight you on. You okay? You got the giggles?
Yeah. I'm just because of what
you're just like.
I'm just laughing because everything we're using such poor grammar right now, and I can't stop thinking about how we're like talking whatever.
But that's our whole podcast.
I know, but now I'm like, when you like realize that you're saying like, and now you're thinking about it. Now I'm just thinking about all like the bad grammar, the poor grammar we're using.
I mean, how are we gonna get through this episode?
I mean, I'm over it now. Now I'm over it.
I'm over it now.
Now
You went like this. You went. I'm over it now. I'm over it now. You still needed one more laugh.
I know, because
You're such a child. You're like, I'm over it now.
For now.
I'm over it now.
For now.
But yeah, I have all my shit like the cloud.
Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about.
I just like recently found out that Alexa records all of your conversations, and the way that I know some of you are like, how does Amazon get away with this? Who is bringing down the man? But like, they say the way that Amazon gets away with it is that Amazon says that Alexa hears her name sometimes when you're not even saying her name. Isn't that like a shitty way to be like, oh, it's the robot? Like, you can't fix that.
No, they don't. They're not going to fix it because it's not a problem. Do you know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Like, I don't think the fact that Alexa listens to everything you're saying is a default in the mechanism. Like, it's not a default of the machine. They want it to be that way.
But they sell it as it is a default. That's the way they're phrasing it.
I bet you that's the way they're PR phrasing it, but I bet
what did I just say?
No,
what did I just say?
Let me finish. The back part of what I'm going to say is that, but I bet you in the fine print, like every time like Apple does that shit too, where you're like, oh, sign up for this thing, and then there's like 10 pages of fucking fine print, and you're like, yeah, I fucking agree. I bet you in all that shit, if we comb through it, it would have lawyer language of like, it records some fancy language of like, it always is collecting data, blah, blah, blah. Like,
yeah.
So it's like the same thing with our phone. So I just like, I bet you, so I agree with you, but I bet you that's what they're saying to like chill the masses out. But if you like sat down with a magnifying glass and read through the shit, they're like, we're just straight up recording your data.
I don't know what you thought this conversation was. I was just saying that they use this I said they use it as an excuse.
Yeah.
I'm like, the way they're like getting away with it from the man, like being like, what? Right. Like, stop them. It's because they say so that it's because Alexa hears it. So you as a human being, you go, oh, okay, I can understand how she hears it. That's my fault. That's her fault. Instead of being upfront, it's because it's in articles. Instead of being upfront and being like, yeah, it's in the fine print. They're like,
right, because that sounds right, because people don't like that.
But that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. So
that's what I'm saying.
Splitting hairs, saying the same thing completely differently and not realizing it at all. Whatsoever.
That's what I'm saying. Like they say it like, oh, she hears Alexa.
Yeah.
I'm like, she hears Alexa.
Well,
like,
you know what's fucked up? You know what's fucking weird about that though? There has to be a certain percentage of people that like know that already or have some sense of that's happening. So who, like, I'd be curious to know, like, what's the percentage of people that just believe that when they hear Amazon be like, oh, it's just Alexa just thinks she hears you sometimes, and people are like, oh, oh, okay. Oh, back to making toast. Like, just
I
like,
wonder-
what yokel is just like, yup.
I wonder if it's just like a lie you want to hear, right?
That's what I think it more is.
Yeah.
I think it's more someone who's just like, oh, fuck. Anyway, let's have more wine. Like, they just like don't give a shit. Like, it's like doesn't bother them. Like, they're more tech savvy.
Why did the customer change?
Because I feel like somebody that wouldn't care wouldn't be like the guy who'd be like, oh, they're listening in. Like,
Yeah,
that would bother
I know
him.
people. No, I know people like that.
Really?
Yes.
Well, whatever. The people I know are different. We just know different ass people.
Nah. You be putting
First of all,
characters on people.
So what? But I already know that you're assuming that was a woman.
No, I was assuming it was a gay man. So you
actually,
don't know
they were
anything.
non-binary. Boom! Gotcha. Wrong.
Yeah.
You make assumptions, make an ass out of yourself.
Yeah. Yep. I'm the one making an ass out of myself here.
You're the one misgendering my character.
Okay. Like, I don't see your stand-up and know this is a gay guy for you. Anybody who's seeing you.
It can be anybody they want to be.
So why wasn't the yokel doing the toast like this?
Because yokels don't do this.
No.
They stand like this.
You don't know. He's non-binary.
No, I'm a cis white gender male.
He's non-expressionary. He's non-binary.
I lack
expressionary.
emotion. Which is
I'm
why I
just saying.
believe everything Amazon tells me.
But I can see people just being like, "Oh, it's a lie. Like, it's a lie. I just want to hear." You know?
Sure, yeah, because it's just it's. I also think that like Amazon and those companies, they're just like, what are you guys gonna really do? You're gonna just not get Alexa? Like, who doesn't want this thing in your fucking house? It's the same thing with the phones. Like, I don't like the fact that the phone is just like listening to me all the time. I could sit here and rant and rave about it, but I'm still buying the phone and it's still listening to me, and I'm just like, all right, well.
And also,
what else am I gonna do?
They like add all these cool gadgets to it, like Alexa, turn on the lights. Alexa, like, you know, like all those things that sound so sweet, right? Like, these are things that you thought the future would be. And it's like you're like, oh yeah, I did think I was gonna tell my lights to turn on and off, and so like this is how it's supposed to happen. You know what I mean? You're like, how is there another way that it would have happened? You know?
Well, before that, we had the clap on,
Yeah.
clap off.
Yeah.
We had that fucker for a while, which at least the clap on, clap off isn't collecting my data.
But they were just warming you up.
Yeah, you find
But
out.
they were recording your claps and using them for stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, they knew. Those
They were
fucking
like-
clap on,
they
clap
were
off
like-
motherfuckers.
They were like, if you don't cooperate with us, we're going to put your claps all over different images. And people are going to think that you are clapping at this. Look at this terrorist talking about 9/11. We're going to put your clap in here. Like, that's actually pretty genius. Hit me up, clap
That's
on.
like, but you know what that's like? That's like when, that's like so scientific. That's like when a scientist has lost touch with reality, where like a scientist like assumes that everyone's like, and everyone know that it's your claps. But like he's like a clap scientist, so only he knows that. But he thinks it's like common knowledge.
That's like villain, like superhero villain, scientist.
We will take over the world with everyone's. We will collect a database of everyone's claps.
They love their precious Superman. How about when he's clapping for terrorists?
Yeah.
Superman, go in hiding, or I'm gonna release this video.
And then we just see a video on YouTube of like he like puts our claps to like some 9/11 video or some shit, and we're just like online watching it, and we just hear claps. Like we're just like, I don't know. Like, it means nothing to us. Meanwhile, he's, like, in front of his computer, like, look at the views. Look at them. I don't know what his assistant's name is. Gerald, look at this. Look at the views.
You ever watch Phineas and Ferb? I know it's, like, so weird.
Is that the dude with, like, the big nose?
Wait, the villain or the little boys? Because it's, like...
guy. I've never seen it. I just...
All right, so the villain, I don't know his name is like Doofenshmirtz or something like that. And he's so, like, he'll be like, my plan is to, like... like he's like against these little boys, and they're just trying to have like a cool summer, and he's just like,
you know what's funny about that? Just without even having seen the show, just the description, he's like the opposite of like a pedophile. You know what I mean? Like he's just like, I don't want to fuck you. I just want to make your life a living hell.
yeah. Well, pedophile does both.
Yeah,
pedophile
that
does
is
both.
true. Yeah,
but he's like, I'm like destroying little kids' lives. And he's like, not like that, not like that.
Can you just touch us, dude?
Yeah. But his name, he's like that. He's like, I'm gonna have the ice cream like blimpy blow up, and it'll ruin their day. And it's like they end up making it work in their favor. They're like, ice cream, Phineas, and they're like grabbing cones and shit. But that's like the science where he's like overthinking it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't get high and watch cartoons. You do.
I've never recently got high and watched Pinky and the Brain for 3 hours.
Yeah, never.
Never did it last week.
Yeah.
Never did that.
Never did that last night, and then cried that my youth is going away.
And then taking selfies at the back of my head to see how bad my balding is.
And then drinking baking soda and water because you have heartburn because you ate fucking pepperoni pizza. Like aging, aging is a funny thing, dude. Aging is a funny thing. Like, I know I'm not fucking 50. I know I'm just 30. But this is when you start to put the age in it. You know, like the age, like, fuck. Like, because you start aging right in front, and I know this sounds weird, but you start aging right in front of your own eyes.
Because you know, and it's a slow burn. It's an intravenous, just dripping. It's little things. One day you're like, God, my knee's a little funky, then cut to 6 months later, and you're. What
did we say we were gonna do that shirt? What was it called? It hurts all the time. It's downhill from here. What was it?
I just want to watch the game.
No. No. We talked about it last night for only 30 and up.
Oh fuck.
You remember what it was called?
I remember what you're talking about. I don't remember.
Well, Chris and I were talking about because I'm freshly in my 30s. Yeah. First of all, you guys are begging for it already. Enough.
No, you guys are foaming at the mouth for merch.
Yeah, foaming at the mouth. But anyways, we had this shirt and it was like it hurts every day or something like that, or like it's all downhill from here. And it was like about like pain and shit like that. And we were like, we're going to put this on a shirt and only 30 and up can buy it.
Yeah. It's got a limit.
Yeah. But man, it's just fucking aging. Like.
Not for long.
What?
Not for long.
What?
Well, like all like the fucking. I mean, we were talking about science before, but like, there's like there's like people that are.
That
like
just sounds like the most confusing threat. That was the most confusing threat. Like, I was like, is he gonna give me youth? Like, or am I gonna die and stop aging? Like, that was so confusing.
You want super salad?
That was so confusing. But go ahead. Sorry.
Wait, I don't even. Wait, what the fuck was I just talking about? Oh, because we were talking about
that you were gonna Venmo me $20. What you said?
Oh, right. Oh, right.
Oh, yeah. Duh. The aging stuff.
Oh, yeah. There's like people that are like, not ageist, because those are people who are against people who are old, which is a weird one.
Yeah.
Like, fuck old people.
For no reason.
You know, just like, fuck them. They're dead weight.
Yeah.
Get them out of here.
Like, all of them. Like, purely on the age.
Thank God people who are ageist aren't young and savvy on the internet, because you don't hear them like being ageist. You know, like, anyway.
There's not like a Facebook.
Yeah.
Like, today the ageist rioted at the Capitol.
They hobbled towards the gates.
Yeah.
And then they got tired. But no, there's like people who are like, I'm like trying to live as long as possible. So they like get like their blood work done. They take like various
vitamins,
supplements.
Yes.
Get surgeries, like do experimental fucking like playing with their like hormones and their testosterone and like all this shit. And there is like I don't want to say like a group, but like the same way there's people who are like getting doomsday preppers. There's like people who are like, I am actively working to live to be 150. You know, like
see, that's me. But I'm just putting like pizza, tobacco, weed, steak. Like
we're on the live fast, die young track.
But I'm still like I'm trying to live to 150, and my body's like, you're barely gonna do 50, babe.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then if
you can have one part of your body, that's robotic, what would it be? Because you were saying like people. Like, I always thought, like, that's the future.
Right.
It would be...
Can I ideally, in a world where there's, like, not many limitations, I'd like to maybe have, like, my joints be robotic. You know? But, like, my shins and my feet are real.
You are so old. Because, like, as a kid, you'd be like, I want arms. I want robot arms. Right? But, like, you get older, you're like, kids, bruh, your arms, they're still there. It's the joints, baby.
It's the joints, yo. Yeah.
It's the joints.
Just, like, straight up robotic. Because, just all legs, then it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I got these, like, Terminator. I'm imagining, like, the Terminator legs, not Arnold's.
Do you remember that? Not Arnold's. Very specifically. Yeah. I'm, like, imagining, like, RoboCop. Remember him?
Yeah. That movie's fucked up.
Yeah.
Very gory.
Yeah.
The original.
Man, that's a movie though that you look at the cover and you're like, I'm 7 again. Like, you know what I mean? There's like these little things in life that you either look at or you hear and you're just childhood.
There's something so specific too about that era of like action movie where like the bad guys were just like they like were these bad guys, like not even main bad guys, just
but
like
the bad
minions.
guys were bad guys?
Learn grammar from me. But they were just like the worst bad, where they would just like wake up every day and be like, yeah, what kind of trouble we gonna get into? You know, like they're just like walking like it's like cartoon bad.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, look at that old lady.
Yeah.
Like, let's snatch her purse and shove her to the ground, you know, and then RoboCop's like, stop. Don't.
Enough.
Cut it out.
I'm warning you. You don't want to see me heat up.
And then yeah. You don't want to see me mad. Yeah, and then he just pulls out a fucking Tech 9 and just rips them apart.
It's his fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't want to be like RoboCop.
I would, but like that, I would want like my arms. But you know what it reminded me of when you were like, because you were saying with the legs, like you didn't want to have legs, and it'd be like not Arnold's, just like remember that runner who had like
the curled fucking like yeah. They look like massagers. You know those like curled massagers that you use with the balls, but it's like those are his fucking knees down.
They look like the stretchers. You know like when you want to stretch your calf, like they have this thing, and it's just like you got to put your foot on it and then like angle your leg. Yeah. That's what it looked like.
Yo, honestly.
But good for him though.
He's a fucking cheater though.
But you see, people say that all the time. It's like
fucking ankles and shit. Fuck that guy.
That's your stand. You're not an ageist.
I'm dying on this hill.
You're not an ageist. You're just a fucking a robotist.
I just don't like cheating.
10 of your ex-girlfriends stood up and threw up. Did you think this is where we would be at like in 2021? Like we're talking about the future and like all of that shit. Like, did you think it would be this boring?
No, never, not once. This, not to get into a COVID thing, but this, what has happened and what I guess is technically still happening, never once crossed my mind. Infectious disease, yes, like a plague, but not one where it's like, I think I have it. I guess I'll stay home.
Okay, you
like just boredom.
You're not wrong, but you threw me off because I was talking about like technology wise.
Oh, yeah.
But you're right. You're like it was like our first people meet where we were like talking about the same thing but like on different planets.
Yeah.
Isn't that how I describe us sometimes? Don't I say that we're on the same path but on different ships? Isn't that how I describe us sometimes?
Something like that.
Right?
Yeah, like like we're on the same route but taking different boats or some shit
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Like one of us is on a jet ski and the other one's on like a fucking pontoon boat or some
Like
shit.
but like a pirate's boat.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean that's valid too. But I meant like more like, the lack of technology. Like I thought this was gonna be like everything is technology. Like when we used to watch movies, like we used to see, for instance, like the Spy Kids.
Right.
I don't mean to get I don't mean to bring up such a classic.
I see what you're saying. I know. Okay.
But you're right. You're valid too. Your point is valid too.
No. But yours is more fun. Where you're going with this is more fun. So let's do your thing.
That's a shirt I should wear so you can read it. but your shit was valid too. But I was talking about more like, when we watched movies, like, the Spy Kids shit, like the McDonald's, like they put something in the microwave. Remember they put you watched it? I don't know.
No, but I think you had mentioned this like in conversation.
Like
before.
too many times, right?
Yeah.
For it to be normal.
I want a little food and it becomes the regular food.
Because it was like packets, like it would be like a fucking toaster strudel, right?
Yeah.
And it comes in a package like that, and then you put it in the microwave for like 5 minutes, and a McDonald's, like you had packets, like it was like Burger King, McDonald's, you put it, and it was like a Big Mac, fries, and all of that.
Right.
And I'm like, where the fuck is that?
Right, like why am I still going to the freezer section and picking up White Castle sliders? What the fuck? Like I want a little box like this to be filled with my sliders.
Why do I have to go outside and interact with other people
Right.
to get garbage food? You know what I mean? Like, you usually want to do that when no one's around. You like, this is like, no one should see me. This is guilty food.
Yeah.
Like, where is that? Like, is there something?
I just think we're not there yet. Like, I think like the technology, like, because you're right? Like, it's like, okay, huge drop, big time drop. We got smartphones. Mm-hmm. Oh shit! Computers used to be the size of this fucking room, and now we can.
Computers used to be the size of this room.
They did.
No, I know, but that's just like
it's insane. And my parents like were assistants to computer people. Like it's wild.
I really can't. It just, because like someone would have said, we used to have computers like bigger than this table, or like the size of this table, and you were like, bigger than this room, and I just like pictured like a computer like beating me up.
Well, you know what I was gonna say when someone says that, right? Until you Google it and look it up, like when someone says like, "Oh, a computer as big as this room," I just picture like a giant old '80s Mac computer, like a screen that's this big. But what really it is a bunch of knobs and a little piece of receipt paper comes out of it.
But not even
like doing math.
But not even the Mac one. I'm taking it back further. Like the Dell ones, remember that we first got in school and they had like the big back?
Yeah.
Not the nice Mac ones that were like clear but still big.
No, I'm thinking of the Mac where it was like tinted yellow and boxy. Like the Macintosh where it was still the rainbow apple on it.
Yeah.
Remember that? That was like even like, I didn't even think I saw a Mac until they had like the colorful backs on them.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying the even older Mac. It doesn't matter. Old ass fucking computer.
Right. Yeah.
But like someone did a blow up ray on it.
Like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, but opposite.
Yeah.
And it's just like
right. But it's not even. It's like no more than a TI-83 calculator.
Yeah.
It's like a Texas Instrument calculator.
But is there something you thought that would be like I don't know, that you saw in movies, or maybe is there something you thought that would be in this world now?
Yeah, I guess I thought like I definitely thought there'd be like more things hovering by now. You know, like I thought.
You mean like in your personal
like cars?
life?
Yeah, my life is hovering.
Yeah.
No, like cars. Like we have like hover cars and shit like that. But I think that one got shot out of the sky because I think I've like heard
Like literally.
Well, yeah. It got shot 3 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
But I've heard like scientists talk about it, and they're like, it's like really not with the technology we have. Like the only thing we have is like jets.
Yeah.
And like jets are too loud, and who wants a car that's like everywhere you fucking go?
Like outside your house. I
Yeah.
mean, it doesn't. I live in
the
Washington
fuel.
Heights, so
Yeah.
that basically happens every other day.
Some dude fucking souped up a Ford Focus,
Yeah.
and it's hovering right now.
Yeah.
I got 4 turbo fucking.
I thought we'd have flying cars, and when we think about flying cars, I'm talking about like Fifth Element. Remember that?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
remember
like
the-
where they're like.
Yeah, remember the
yeah.
car, like the cop chase that they go through.
Yeah, and then you can just turn your car off and do like a fucking dead
dive,
drop.
yeah.
And then be like, yeah.
I was
Yo,
like,
you be
man,
driving
cops.
reckless like that.
I was like, cop chase are gonna fucking be lit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
fuck OJ's cop chase. Like, this is good. And then I also remember when in Fifth Element they're he's talking to someone and he's like at a restaurant and you think he's at the restaurant, but then the guy, he's like, all right, Jimmy, later, or whatever the guy's name, and the guy leaves, like the restaurant came to him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where is that? Like, where?
Well, those are food trucks.
Right, but where is that?
Yeah. Not for a while. We're like too many steps before that.
You know what I've realized though? Like
Slow burn.
all of my
Yo,
future.
we just got an iPhone. Was it 12? Come on,
It should be making food.
It's got 3 lenses on it. I do think the technology has plateaued, though.
You know what I've realized though, when I was talking about all the things I expected to be in the future, it all has something to do with food. I'm like, where's the restaurant coming to my window? Where's the McDonald's in my microwave? What the fuck is wrong with me?
My template for futuristic movies is always Demolition Man with Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes. I don't know why I always go there.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
I mean, the general like scenario of it is that like there's like Taco Bell is like a high-end restaurant and everybody is like,
it is though.
Hello, and I know
they have
do
a cantina
those.
now.
Yeah.
They sell margaritas now, so hey,
Yeah.
it's fancy.
Living La Vida Loca.
Yeah.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Yeah, get into it.
Ding. But yeah, like, but then like in the sewers, there's like Dennis Leary, who's like the king of the sewer people, and he's like, I like a burger, I like a cigarette, and then there's like cars, like in the future, like people don't have like sex, they put on these like headsets, and they have like this like mind sex, and like you're not allowed to swear, like a little, you get a ticket every time you swear, and there's like and Rob Schneider's in it for comedic effect.
I'd be in debt. I'd be in debt.
Well,
I'd be in debt the minute I wake up. Like
the what? there's like this part which is like at the time I thought was really funny, but now that I'm older, I still love the movie, but it's like funny in like a campy way where like in the future you like wipe your ass with shells, and you know Sylvester Stallone's been frozen in time and he's been thawed out to like fight Wesley Snipes, who's also been whatever. And he's like, what do you mean I can't say bullshit? And then it's like this ticket comes out. He's like, you have a violation for a swear. And they're all like, you can't swear. And he's like, but I need to wipe my butt. And so he just keeps swearing because he doesn't want to use the shells.
Yeah.
So he's using like his cursing tickets. He's like, I'll be right back. To like wipe his ass with the
he
tickets.
takes the tickets. That's fucking hilarious.
Oh, and what's her name's in it too? Fucking the Blindside lady from Interstellar. Also, what's her name? Miss Congealed. Miss Congealed.
Miss Congealed.
Miss Congealed.
We put her in the refrigerator and she congealed.
She hardens.
Yeah. Miss Congeniality. You talking about Sandra Bullock?
Yes, Sandra Bullock.
She's not Interstellar. It's Gravity.
Gravity.
Yeah.
Right. Space.
Get it right. Get it fucking right.
Space.
That's so funny that you think about that. Like, I don't know. I think about Fifth Element. Like, I think about like Chris. Was it Chris Rock?
Chris Tucker.
Yeah, Chris Tucker. Yes. And he's like, "What is happening?" Like, and then the guy's like, "I thought you were gay." He's like, "What?" Like,
well,
he's so feminine the whole time.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And then the guy's like, "I thought you were gay." He's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like, because he's like screeching the whole time too. It's like so funny.
Well, you know what's interesting about that? Well, two things. Because you said Chris Tucker, and I remembered that Chris Tucker is like, first of all, he's doing a radio show, which is completely mobile.
Yeah.
If you remember, he's like, "This is Super Green Radio!" And he's just like walking around doing a radio show. So that's kind of cool. And then also, I just remembered that like, they took a fucking trashy thing that happens now, but made it intergalactic. Because if you remember, Coben, whatever, Bruce Willis's character wins the tickets to like a cruise.
Yes.
In space.
Yes.
It's like a space cruise. Like it's like even in the future, it's like still trashy.
Like we still have cruises.
Yeah.
That's gonna be Tesla, baby. That's gonna be Tesla.
For sure. Where we could do like cruises where we orbit the Earth.
Yeah, that's gonna be Tesla all the way, Elon Musk.
Yeah, that's gonna be fucking sick. I do think. Wait, so you're like saying things like? I also thought there would be more like robot shit. Like I'd be in like a mech suit by now.
Yeah.
You know, like some fucking sick like.
Yeah.
But which I like before doing this, I looked up like what a mech suit was, and I thought it was gonna be some cool acronym, or it was like machine enhanced. Coded, I don't
chemical
know,
human. Yeah.
It's just like
Venom or something.
It's like from like old Japanese like comic books where like mech is like short for mecha, which means mechanism in Japanese. And I was like, oh.
It's not even like all armored up like you think. It's just like a black suit with like sensors.
Yeah. I used to fucking love those movies where you're just like, and then like you crawl into your fucking like suit.
I mean, where is that?
Sigourney
You know what I mean?
Weaver did that shit early on in Alien.
Yeah, where is all that shit?
Well, they do have like some shit like that, but it's like construction stuff, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how like many of them are in use. I think it's like some tech savvy fucking.
But even when you brought up the COVID shit and like it being boring, like that's because you and I watched Doomsday Preppers. We've watched that before. And it's like all these people are like, it's going to kill everybody. It's going to wipe it clean. And like people did die. We're not trying to fucking say people didn't die. But like for a pandemic.
It's kind of weak.
It was kind of
weak as fuck.
AF.
But it
was. It really was.
Yeah.
Yes, it killed people, but
cigarettes kill more people.
Compared to what it used to be, like a pandemic used to wipe, and it didn't wipe. It took a chip off the, a chip off the table, but it didn't wipe.
No. I always, like, you were talking about, like, before we started, like, hanging out, like, I was, like, a fucking zombie nerd. And, like, I always thought, like, infectious disease, all my money's on some kind of, maybe not, like, reanimated of the dead, but, like, a rabies kind of a thing. Like, kind of like 28 Days Later.
Yeah.
Where you just, like, kind of go a little cuckoo, and you just, like, thirst for blood.
That's the most recent zombies. Zombies used to be like Rise of the Dead.
Yeah,
that's like
more voodoo.
Yeah,
more like a curse, and then like the dead reanimate, and then of course you got your MJ.
The Thriller.
Yeah.
But yeah, that used to be more old school, like that, like because we just learned so much that now movies can't be like
it can't be voodoo. It's got to be science.
Yeah, exactly. It's got to be science.
It's like how every horror movie they have to have that one moment, even if it's for 10 seconds, where they're like, I don't have a signal, because you gotta dead the phones, because the whole fucking show, the whole movie's over. The minute you got a phone, Home Alone, cell phone, over. Every movie, over.
Yeah.
Like, they have to have that one thing where they're like, fuck. Like, I can't. Yeah.
Even if you think about Get Out.
Yeah.
The whole time. That's a horror movie.
Yeah.
But even not even in that, like, Cabin in the Woods stuff. That's a horror movie, but in a very different way. But even he's having phone problems the whole time.
Literally.
It's dead. It keeps being dead. Like, once you take out the phone, it's like, it's over.
And it's become such a part of that genre where it's like, now there's even the part like you kind of said it, where they're like, towards the end, they're like, I think I'm getting a signal.
Yeah.
Like, they're doing that. Like, there's like this, you're using the phone for a shred of hope.
Yeah.
And then as you pick it up to get a signal, fucking Jason chops your arm off. Or whatever the fuck happens. But not if I had a mech suit on, it wouldn't, because my phone would be in my fucking eyes. I'd be shooting people with a rail gun.
I'd have a Mac 11 in my armpit
with some fucking White Castle sliders in the back, microwaving while I'm doing it.
A Big Mac popping out of my fucking foot, like God intended. Like the science God intended.
Could you imagine a world where we're like so robot on robot on robot, where you're like RoboCop, then climbing into a mech suit, which is like plugged into your wall? It's like, oh yeah, I can charge my body when I'm in my mech suit.
Yeah.
It's got like a battery pack for me.
Yeah. Like Tony Stark. Like Iron Man.
Yeah.
We're just all Iron Man.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a good deal. The robotic heart and all that shit. Because he's not like robot all the time. He's just like, now I'm a robot.
Mansplain to me, Iron Man. In 2 seconds. Go.
A super rich douche has a robot suit and lots of money. That's the Iron Man. Played by the world's most famous cocaine addict.
It's kind of cool, though, that he got to come back like that. I love that. I always love when we forget people's past. I've been saying it the whole time.
Now you're making me feel like a jerk.
Yeah. Like we just need to forgive every villain.
It would be cool to see Iron Man trying to do a line, but he's like, I don't have holes. I don't have the holes. He's like talking to Gwyneth. What do I do?
He's like working in his garage the whole time, and they're like, did you come up with a weapon? He's like, no, but I got a nose straw. And
yeah.
Like,
no, but I drilled 2 holes in the front of my Iron Man mask.
He's like, it's a metal straw. Save the turtles.
Yeah.
Everyone's just like entertained with saving the turtles, not worried about his problem.
Yeah.
Like, he's so smart.
Oh, I do love Robert Downey Jr. until he does whatever Mr. Doolittle or whatever the fuck
I
is.
still love him.
Still love him.
Yeah.
Probably had fucking all those animals filled with cocaine in their butt.
How do you get sidetracked from zombie to cocaine in someone's butt?
I don't know. This is why I want to do the show with you. You keep me in track.
It's so funny right now to see you. You're like, I don't know. You're like, you tell me how.
Again, I'm just trying to have a good time.
What's your favorite apocalypse? What's your favorite apocalypse?
Definitely. Okay, because I've thought definitely zombies, or like I said, like the rabies thing, but preferably walking, not running ones. Like I don't need them running. I want them kind of just like. Maybe just like kind of sick and being like, they'll lunge at you.
You would make up an apocalypse and then make it the easiest one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like playing your favorite video game on easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I feel like I have it in me to like survive.
Right. See, when we talked about that question, like your favorite apocalypse, I didn't know if you meant which one do I think I could thrive or survive in, or which one I'm fascinated about.
For me, it's both. I
am more fascinated about Cybergeddon.
Explain. Explain further.
The joy in your eyes. I think because with Cybergeddon, it's possible.
Well, I don't know what you mean when you say Cybergeddon.
Oh, Cybergeddon. My bad. I'm talking apocalyptic language here. I'm sophisticated.
You're in robotic world. I'm an old school zombie kind of guy.
I'm a
zombie guy.
I literally Googled it. If I had no service, done. I wouldn't even know what apocalypse I'm in. But Cybergeddon is when there's a hack, a robotic hack, like it either could be human or internet, like whatever. It's just robots. That to me is fascinating because it's so likely to happen.
So when you say that, do you mean like the technology we have now? Like you're not talking like Terminators where there's like robots that are like...
That can happen too. It depends on like...
But you're saying if that were to happen now, like all the everything that could
like
be controlled
Alexa
is against us.
Like Alexa's like, what's up, bitch?
Yeah.
Who's your bitch now?
There is a fucking Stephen King movie that's like kind of the premise of that.
Where Alexa's like, what's up, bitch?
Well, there's no Alexa,
No,
but
I'm
it's like
fucking with
anything that's like a machine. So like
Yeah.
everything from like a toaster to trucks and tanks. They're just like kill humans. They don't even talk.
Yeah.
They just kill shit. Wait, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
See, I don't.
See, like, to me...
But that's interesting, though, because we don't have, like, robots walking around. So, like, I could kill a Alexa with a bat. I don't even need a bat.
We don't have robots walking around. You didn't see the article with the fucking dog robot that we got?
Okay, but how many of those dog robots they got?
A lot. They've been working on them for years. For enough to fucking bash your head in.
Okay, if they sicked one of those dogs on me, yes, but I don't think they have like a Shredder and Krang's worth of these dogs, like they have like a fucking army of them. Enough to take over the world.
But that accumulated with other robots we have?
What other? So Teslas could be used to kill us because those are like networked.
Mansplain to me what can kill us.
But no, I'm trying. Fuck you.
Mansplain to me what can kill us, please,
no,
right now. 2
I'm trying to go
seconds.
through the list of things that could kill us. Right?
But we
Because,
have robots, Chris. There are robots in Japan.
But they don't swim. How the fuck are they gonna get
they
over
can fucking
here?
fly. What the fuck you know about robots?
What robot are you referring to? Pull up a robot.
Jimmy
gonna fly?
the robot next door. The fuck you mean what robot I'm talking about? The one they're creating.
But I'm saying today, Cybergeddon happens. Like they would control. Like it would be chaos and anarchy.
What are you saying that they can only control Manhattan? Is that what you're saying? That we only have enough robots to control Manhattan?
Fuck up our infrastructure. Like our whole infrastructure is all like online, so like that shit would all like collapse. Like,
but there's different hacks. Like that, the Cybergeddon is like that. It's either they hack your whole infrastructure or they hack themselves and then they kill humans. That's all considered Cybergeddon.
It's the killing humans part that I'm splitting hairs with you on, because I feel like when you say that, I'm imagining like I could imagine a Tesla, like someone controlling it, and it's just like purposely driving into people. But when you say robots in Japan, like I've never seen a killer Japanese robot before, where it's like stop and then like.
What are you, a racist?
Why? Why is that racist?
Because
against robots?
Robots
aren't a race.
Because it's a Japan robot?
Well, whatever fucking robot it is.
Oh, because it's
I'm
a
not
Japan.
falling into that trap.
Because it's a Japan robot.
Fine, a fucking Kenyan robot.
Now that motherfucker can run.
Yeah.
You not scared of him?
It's just a robot with those two like legs that we talked about earlier with the two back massagers. Yeah.
It's been cloned from Usain Bolt.
Yeah. You know, it'd be funny if the robot apocalypse, like cyber apocalypse, was a bunch of those. Remember that show where Battle Bots, or it's a bunch of like
the red and blue one.
Where they're just like robots that are like about this big, and there's like nerds controlling them, and they'll have like an axe on them or a spin saw on it.
You know what I was thinking about? I was even going back in time. Remember when they put the robots in the ring and you were on one side?
The Rock'em Sock'em, or the bop,
Not the Rock'em Sock'em. That's the
Sock'em Boppers. Great invention.
Soccer boppers are something different.
Yeah, the inflated things, but those boxer guys.
Which every married couple should have.
The Sock'em Boppers. You just fucking hook your wife in
I'm
the
just
face.
playing.
Yeah.
We don't promote domestic violence here.
Unless you have Sock'em Boppers on.
Unless it's domestic violence against Chris. Then we promote it.
Yeah, Sock'em Boppers. They're fine print. We were talking about fine print. Their fine print is it's like not a tool for domestic violence. Not
for
a tool
no
for
violence.
therapy.
For violence. Not a tool for therapy.
That's like when they have like a tube, like those dumb tubes, like an inflatable like Shamu, and then they're like, this is not a rescue device. And you know what's sad about that? Somebody had to be like, I tried to rescue my drowning son with one of your Shamus, and he died still. And they're like, fuck, we got sued. Guess now we got to tell everybody it's not a life-saving device.
Yeah, whenever you see something like that, I never get mad at the company. I always think about the dickhead that made that happen. Like, I'm like, What situation happened that they need to even say this? I always think about that.
Same.
Like, because there's no reason a company would be like, not used to save people unless someone was like, I tried. And now my son is dead.
I just try to think, right. I love imagining like the specific scenario of like how that goes down. Like the kid's like, he can't hold on to the tip of the nose of Shamu because it's too slippery.
Yeah.
And he's like, like trying to grab on. He's got no grip. And the mom's standing at the edge of the pool holding the tail. Like, grab on. Like she didn't just jump in and get him.
She's like, grab it, damn it. You're like,
damn it, Jimmy, grab it.
You're like your father. You don't listen.
You're bad at grasping. Come on.
That's my fear in life. Is like, I know we're talking about future and stuff like that, and this is gonna get personal, but it's always my fear in life that like my last words to someone are nice. You know what I mean?
I hope your last words are when you take like a sharp dig at me, where it's like a lateral thing, where it's like in good fun, but it was mean. That's how I think you need to go out, like busting like Kate's balls.
But I mean like to someone else. Like if my last words to you that you were dying, not me.
Oh, the other. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Why are we always? Fuck. Jesus Christ.
I know.
I would love to like for listeners to be like, I thought I was on the Chris path, or I was on the Ashland path. Like I would love to hear if it's just me or if it's him. Basically, what we're looking for is for someone to blame. No, but
what's crazy about it is that
neither
both
of us are wrong.
Yeah, and when you're saying it, I'm like, oh, I know what she's talking about. Keep going. I completely think I understand. I'm not even questioning.
One day we're gonna commit a crime together, and it won't be planned. It just be like that.
We should commit crimes because our stories are never gonna match up, and they're never gonna pin us down together.
That's why we should commit crimes. Your reasoning sometimes. Like I said, why?
Wait, sorry. Let's backtrack.
Okay.
Before what was the thing that you were saying? Oh, it's about to get personal. You were like, I'm gonna say something personal.
Because I said my last words to someone.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah.
Is mean.
But what's funny about that is if someone's, I guess they wouldn't necessarily be on their deathbed. When you corrected me, I was like, they're like on their deathbed, and you're like, fuck you.
You're like, Ashton, it's a choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have to say anything mean. You're like, you know, people live like that, right?
Yeah.
You know, people can just say nice things. I'm like, I don't.
You're like holding a grudge to somebody who's got like terminal cancer.
But yeah, that's like what I don't know. We were talking about the future, and I always, think about.
You're gonna say that, like, no, I totally get that. I've definitely like worried
because the mom was like, "Damn it, Jimmy!"
Yeah,
like your father, you idiot.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and he's dead now, and I didn't say nice things to him before he died, and now I'm not. Now you're making me say mean things to you before you might die. But man, when you do, I'm gonna get a sweet, sweet paycheck from suing this company for not putting a label on here that this isn't a life-saving device. That or put more handles on it.
This is charity work.
What's charity work?
Letting you go on your deep ends. That's charity work for me, baby. Going straight to heaven.
Wait. So yeah, have you thought about, like you were saying before, you're like there's futuristic things that you thought would have happened by now? Oh, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say one that I think I could survive most.
Okay.
Like I think I could survive like an alien invasion, cause I'm cool. Cause I'm cool and I don't judge people.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't. I'd be cool.
You're putting a lot of faith in the fact that aliens are like, she's chill, like that alien like.
That's the only way I picture them.
So you're, I'm imagining aliens as like an alien from 1996 where he's got like a backwards hat and like a spliff in his mouth and he's got like classic alien.
Yeah. Like the green classic alien face.
He's like, take me to your dealer. And he's like drawing that like 9 lined S on everything.
That's not, I'm even imagining like Alien versus Predator, but I'm still like, because they always had like a sense, if you watch it, they always had like a sense for like good people. Like you watch it and they're like, this person's really good.
What is this, E.T.? You have like a fucking chill E.T. Like, you know, like an E.T. who likes Bad Bunny and fucking.
He vibes. He sees my Bad Bunny vinyl. He's like, fuck yeah, this girl gets it. And we just fucking chill. I've done a lot of research.
I hope that they are chill, and then they're like, we're gonna kill everybody, but you're gonna come to space with us, and then you go to space, and you're just like, yo, I wish you guys killed me.
And then I'm the leader.
Yeah, you start smoking all of them.
Yeah.
You find out their weakness is salt because they're like slug people. You're just like, toss some salt on them.
They're all born pre-diabetic. I just bake all the time.
Yeah, they're just ETs, and you're punching them. It would be fun to punch ET. His like weird head.
No, it wouldn't be.
I don't know. Growing up, everybody was like, I can't even tell you how many times people were like, there's just something about you. I want to hit you.
You?
Yeah, like all the time. Even like people who were like said they were my friend. So I feel like sometimes I just see something like, not because I like want to hurt ET, but I'm just like, with your thin neck and your like weird shaped head, I just want to see what like giving you like a good fucking hook. To like just
that's kind of mean.
See how you get fucked up.
That's kind of mean, and you're gonna die in an alien invasion because they're gonna know
that
you're not cool.
Like my vibe.
They're gonna know.
Aliens come down. They're like, I think he wants to punch me.
They're just gonna be like, zzz, he wanted to punch ET and just sock you.
Yeah,
just sock you. And then I also think I would. Well, like the pandemic. The pandemic is considered a apocalyptic thing, and
it was a lame attempt at an apocalypse.
I survived it. You know.
Hey, try harder, Mother Nature, you bitch.
I had to, be quarantined with my girlfriend, so I survived. I didn't thrive. I was held back. I survived. And then a volcano. I wouldn't survive.
Like a super volcano?
Yeah.
There are people. There's that one at Yellowstone. Everyone's like getting all like
up in arms.
Yeah, I was gonna say up in arms, but I don't think they're like getting guns ready because it's like a devastating blast from the earth.
Give me a second. You ready for this moment?
Yeah.
What does up in arms mean? Give me a second, because I have a feeling. I have a feeling that Ashlyn's about to say something great. What does up in arms mean?
I think what I normally know it as is like up in arms being like someone's just like getting like worked up over something. Just like.
Oh, okay. Because you said it. You said people aren't getting guns.
Well, I know, but so that might have been a mistake on my part, but I also kind of wouldn't be surprised if it like originated there, like getting up in arms.
No, I don't think so. I think I was like up in arms, like you were like they're not getting guns, so I was like, oh, up and armed, maybe. I was like, oh, up in arms, and then in my head though, when people say up in arms, I'm always like, ah.
I should.
Like it's never.
I should start tricking you. I fucked you up on that one. My bad. Because it doesn't. I'm only guessing that it has to do
up
with
in
like
arms
guns.
Meaning.
Yeah. Maybe like they say like gather up your arms, get your.
Oh arm. Yeah. Just protesting vigorously about something. Vigorously.
I guess you don't need guns for a protest.
Yeah. For up in arms, you don't need guns for up in arms. Okay, good. I'm glad we got that figure out because every time I say up in arms, it's never even like, it's always like, nah. For me, it's like, like people are up in arms, like they just can't stop, like they can't stop. But I think I would survive like a volcano one. nuclear, I think I could survive.
What makes you think you can survive a nuclear, I guess, I don't know, fallout or explosion? Like, if you're in the radius, like, you're just going to get cancer.
Maybe I get lucky. I fall into a hole by accident.
So you're being like, your thought of like, oh yeah, I could probably survive. It's just like, yeah, I'll fall into like a hole that will protect me.
My thought is more like, yeah, I'm the surviving character in a movie. It's
Right.
no preparation. It's just it's
that's
just
how I feel about the zombie thing.
It's just pure characteristics.
Yeah.
That you see like in a movie.
100%. Like.
Isn't that so funny?
It's I ride on it because no one can disprove it. That's what's great about it.
Yeah.
Like, I used to tell people like yo, like I will survive like the zombie apocalypse when it happens. Like I don't know how to clean or like load a gun. I don't know how to drive stick, but like I have it in me like to figure it out.
You're like the main characters that I've seen that survive a zombie apocalypse. I'm like them.
Yeah, I have the
Yeah.
grit and willingness to do it. Also, like, I feel like I'd be okay if I had to shoot you in the head if you got bit. Like,
Me?
Not you specifically, but just whoever I was like talking to. I'd be like, oh, I'll shoot you in the face.
If I turn into a zombie,
Yeah.
no. If I turn into a zombie, or if I don't turn into a zombie, if we're in an apocalyptic world together, kill me. Kill me. If that is it for me, if we have somehow be together in an apocalyptic world, end it.
What if Kate was also there? Even worse.
She wouldn't be there.
We'd use her to survive.
No, she wouldn't be there. She wouldn't make it. She wouldn't survive any. The only apocalypse I think she could survive is
Wizards.
is an alien invasion because she has good energy. And I can see Kate just being like,
These Martians are opulent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
she'd be like, fierce alien, come through, mama.
Oh my god, I love the way the light is shining off your slimy skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's so nurturing, so she's like, come in. You guys hungry?
Do you guys mind if I bring candles and infused crystals? Yeah. She's fine.
Yeah. She's okay.
She's lightening the mood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got like curly blonde hair. They're like, I like this. What is this? You know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like children are like attracted, not attracted to, but like children are hard for curly hair.
Children are hard for curly hair. You couldn't have just done the black analogy of a white person touching a black person's hair. You're like a child hard for hair.
What do you mean?
When you started talking about touching hair, my brain always goes to like the classic, like, you hear someone who's black who's like, yeah, this motherfucker started touching my hair. They're like, I've never seen hair like this. I love your hair.
No, see, that's white people shit. Because that's not what my head goes to. It's because babies are attracted to curly hair. They are. But I said attracted. I said attracted. What happened?
I just got like shocked. Microphones are sick.
Cybergeddon! Run!
Get out the mic!
I told you, you're talking shit about these Japanese robots. They're not gonna kill you, you little bitch.
They're starting with me because they're like, we are Korean.
No, we heard you. Yeah. No, because kids, they love curly hair. Like, you're okay?
The fan's on. It's okay. Doesn't matter. Sorry.
Oh.
I just had a...
It's the shock.
Yeah. I'm vibing off all the machinery in here.
You're vibing.
Yeah.
You're vibing. You're still vibing. You're gonna wake up a robot tomorrow. I'm gonna be so fucking jealous. Anyways, what were you saying? Stay on fucking track.
We were making fun of Kate with the aliens and vibing with aliens. That's what we were talking
We
about.
were talking about that. But did you know that there's something called the subterranean apocalypse? That's the only one I don't think I could survive.
What, were we gonna live underground?
No, I thought that was it. No, not like mole people. Like they saying like sea creatures come and overtake us.
Oh, like octopus,
like a kraken.
Like they learn. it's double funny because
it's a kraken.
Yeah. And just the idea of it, like a sea creature coming out of the ground. I do sometimes fantasize about that. Like when we were at my beach house, sometimes like I'll just be like standing there and be like, I would love a fucking just Godzilla-sized octopus to come out of the fucking ocean right now.
And what would you do?
I think I would just watch it until it killed me.
I
don't even think I'd try to get away.
I'd die because I just shit my pants. Like the death. The reasoning behind death would be shit my pants, like profusely, like just all the fluids left, just all of them, like dehydration, like all of that. Like there is just something about sea creatures that I'm like, fuck no.
Well, because you can't see them coming at you. I mean, unless you're scuba diving. But I think that's what makes them, like, extra creepy. Like, you could see a bear running at you, which is still scary. But, like, a fucking sea creature.
You know what it is?
You're just like, oh.
You know what it is? We're not, like, familiar with their, like,
Worlds.
arms and feet, right? Because, like, whatever, like, a bear comes at you, like you said. Like, you're like, he has arms and 2 feet. Like, he has 2 arms and 2... But this shit comes out, it's got, like, a fucking... tongue on the other side of his ear. He's got 2 hands coming out of his head. Like there's just like,
Yo.
There's no formula.
You were talking about fucking how we're so behind on technology. The giant red squid is like, I'm obsessed with this animal. You know, we've never caught one alive. It's like we know like so little about this. We can't even catch that. When are we going to get fucking mech suits?
Red squid?
The giant red squid. Yeah. The red squid is a squid, and it is fucking huge. But the giant red squid, inside its fucking suction cups, has little razor blade rings in it. Like, they've caught tentacles from this thing. This like,
I've seen it before.
The fucking eye is like the size of a dinner plate.
I've seen him before. I think he lives upstairs.
They never caught that guy? He lives literally. His fucking juices are always seeping through the goddamn floor.
We've been trying to get him out.
Stop playing the drums.
We've been trying to get him out for months. Just trying to get this guy evicted.
Fucking guy.
Yeah.
Yo, but you're not far off from thinking like a squid or like an octopus-like creature. Like, do you ever see those videos where they'll leave one in a tank and leave the tank open, but they'll have cameras in the room, and it will come out of the tank and be like trying to open the goddamn fucking.
I've seen Finding Nemo.
That's in Finding Nemo?
It's in Finding Dory.
Oh, is it? Oh, I just like watched some nerd ass fucking science video.
Everything about me is movies. But movies have such a huge part in the future.
Yo, okay, I wrote something down about the future. I'm so glad you said that. I think that in the future that there will be an AI like Ex Machina style like movie star where it's like she's not a human, but it's like a robot, and she's like in musicals and in like just a movie star, and they like, you know, she goes to the red carpet, and then at the red carpet they fucking shut her down because she's not a human, but she'll be like a fucking like, and people will fucking love it, and I bet you that will be the integration where the fucking, you talk about the cyber apocalypse where they start integrating. Yeah,
respect the name.
Cybergeddon.
Yeah, respect it.
Sorry, guys. Where they fucking start integrating those types of like AI robots into our society, where they're like, well, you love it on the screen so much, why not fucking have
it serve you McDonald's
garbage? Yeah, why not have them fucking? Why not date one?
You wish.
No. I'll tell you. Not until it gets like real good, because like, you know, the first ones are gonna be like, they're gonna
not
be
until
like
it gets real
robot.
Good. You could have just said no, man. You could have just said no. You didn't have to say no, not until they get real good.
Yeah.
But I love that you're open. I'm
open-minded to all toys.
You remember... He's not wrong. They're humans.
They think now. Just wait until your sex toys start thinking. Wait till your sex toys collecting your data.
Wait until your sex toys accuse you of rape. Of sexual assault.
Yeah, you didn't get consent from your fucking AI sex robot.
Bitch, you used me all weekend.
He used me.
Yeah. Bitch, too, I'm talking about vibrators.
Oh, even just the basic shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm I just think in the future. I don't know what the fuck you guys thinking.
Everything has rights in the future.
This is why. This is why I'll be good with the aliens. I think ahead of the time.
I feel like all my predictions for future stuff because of COVID have just like I've lost all my gut instinct about what the apocalypse will be because I never saw this boring thing coming. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like
the
what?
giant red squid comes out.
Yeah.
It's the most friendliest thing.
Yeah.
It's not even scary.
Yeah, he's trying to help. He's trying to help us protect meteors that are coming to the Earth.
Yeah.
He's that nice.
Yeah. He's kind. He's like opening doors for everyone. We're like, have some fucking respect for yourself.
How's he opening doors? How is he everywhere at once? Crazy.
We're like, you're too kind here. You'll never survive.
I kind of thought you'd be using your beak that's inside of your body to be crushing up our bones and eating them.
He's like, why would I do that?
Why would I do that?
And all the humans are like, why wouldn't you? Yeah. Like, I'll never forget when I saw a coyote with Kate, I was like, oh, we should go the other way. And she was like, relax. Like, he's going to be scared of you. And I was like, why? And she was like, because they are. Like, they won't, like, approach you. They don't, though. They didn't.
No, I believe you.
They, like, there's obviously, like, you're supposed to yell at them and, like, be as big as possible. Like, but, and I know you made that face because, like, you're familiar with the wildlife. But she's just trying to explain to someone from Manhattan who gets excited about garage doors that a coyote is okay. Not okay. Not that you should go up to a coyote.
Oh, that's why I was laughing because I was imagining Kate being like, he's not that bad.
No. First of all, if anyone was to connect with a coyote, it'd be Kate.
Yeah. No, I
know. It would be.
She's like, I keep treats on me.
Yeah.
She's got little.
But she was like, yeah, but it's because he like walked away. And she's like, it's no big deal. Like, they'll probably run from you. And I was like, why? And she was like, because, they're like scared of you too. And I was like, but why? And I kept looking back and I was like I couldn't let go of it. I was like, so wait, so like he's scared of us too? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, but he doesn't know he has teeth? Like, I was like, he doesn't know his teeth could destroy me? Like, and it was like, in that moment, I was like, this coyote's fucking pussy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, coyotes are kind of like pussies. Like, because they're not that big, I don't think. Like,
yeah.
They're not like a wolf will fuck you up, but like a coyote.
Who? Not me.
Yeah, I can kill a lion. I could definitely kill a lion. Just give me one spear. One spear, that lion's dead. I'm not even going to throw it at him. I'm just going to wait for him to pounce. And I'm just going to be like, oh, gotcha. You jumped right into my spear. Because lions are dumb.
This is why humans are the most awful people in the world. Like, there's no reason for us to be talking like this.
No, none. I just wanted to shit on a lion.
Yeah, right. But like, you just wanted to feel good.
Yeah.
Because it's a lion and it's supposed to be a predator. So you're like, I'm the biggest predator. No. I'm the apex here.
Yeah, and no one listening can disprove it until you get me in the ring with a lion. So if you guys are listening, got that hookup, let's make it happen, and I'll prove it to you. But until then,
I would Instagram live that. And
I'd hope you would.
And if your ending was bad, I'd still Instagram live it.
Before I go in the ring and fight that lion, you better make sure you say something nice to me, though.
I will. I'll say this is your best idea.
That way, if I do die, just in case, you're not feeling guilty about it.
I will. As soon as
you're filming me,
you're walking away, and I'll be like, Chris, and you'll look back, and I'll go, this is your best idea.
Go get him, Tiger.
Yeah, I won't even say go get him, Tiger. I'll just say that, because in your head you'd be like, does she mean that? Like,
yeah, you leave me in doubt before I go in. I'm like putting my helmet on.
It's better than than saying bad words. Worked around it.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Is there something that you've had to change in yourself to adapt to the future? That's so philosophical.
I mean, there's a bunch of obvious answers. shit that I've had to change to adapt to the future. I mean, yeah. I mean, just like having to just keep up with stuff. Like, I'm just thinking of like a laundry list of little things that I've done to adapt, but like most of them are just like lame, right? It's like I went on my bank and was like, stop sending me like paper bank statements every month. Just like email them to me.
This has been Splittin Hairs.
What have you adapted?
And Chris has wasted.
Chris has. Listen, I'm adapting all the
Chris
time.
has wasted my time talking about how he had to adjust to the future was to tell his bank to stop sending him fucking papers. You see what I'm dealing? You see what I'm dealing with here? You see what I'm dealing with here?
I technically answered the question.
Like that was the whole villain. That was like
I
like
adapted.
No, I mean it's a fair answer. It's a fair answer.
I just feel like I'm always adapting. I used to be able to say the F word. Now I can't say the F word. I'll get canceled. Like, you know, that's an adaptation.
What F word?
The FAG word.
Cigarette?
The classy way of saying cigarette?
Yeah, cigarette.
The British cigarette?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we've had to adapt on being progressive. But it's also... I've had to... So the reason why... I mean, I should have answered it before asking you, and then... Because you're going to change your fucking answer. You always do this to me. I always say something, and you go, oh, yeah, mine? I know you so fucking well. I've had to... Not that I've... Okay, not that I've had to get more progressive, right? Because it's like, how is someone like me going to get more progressive?
Right. Yeah, okay.
But I've had to be okay with the fact that I can't change everything, right?
Yeah.
Right? Like, I had to be okay with the fact that, like, instead of me sitting here being mad and being like every day, right, taking this fight, let's just say, and this is just, it's not even about this. It's about the fight of every little thing, right? Like, I had to stop fighting every little thing to adapt to the future. Like let's just say guys, right? Like, people get mad when we say guys because it's
right.
It's gender exclusive, and I'm just using that. It's not all pronouns for me or progressiveness.
It's not all guys
or social. It's not like a social
right.
thing. So it's like it could even be things like
the pronoun stuff is kind of,
but simple, even like justice things or things in the law that I don't agree with. You know what I'm saying? Like things like that. Like I've had to be like, okay, you can't wake up every day with fight on your mind.
Right. Well, I would say to try to like melt down the root of what you're saying is, as I think the adaptation is adapting to the amount of information you're willing. Well, maybe I'm not saying that right. Like the technology that I think that's caused by the fact that like it used to be like your news and your sources of stuff was like if you read a newspaper or watched like one of the 5 news channels.
Yeah.
Now you have like internet, you're inundated. Mm-hmm. You have this constant influx of information, and it's so easy to be like, this is wrong and this is wrong and this is wrong and this is wrong and this is wrong. We gotta do this, we gotta fix that, we gotta blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
And you're just like fucking overload. And then you're like, what is this world? Fuck this world. Like this is all everything's going to shit. Everything's wrong. But then you gotta like reel it in and be like, okay, everything's not wrong. I could, if I sat down and thought about it, there's lots of good things going on, but I'm just not being inundated with them.
Yeah.
So I think the adaptation is like, okay, I know that I have this like unending fucking like, you could like just open this door and it's just like that, like this is like all that stuff we just said.
What did I say? This motherfucker said he had to log in and tell his bank to not send him papers, and the minute I give my answer,
I'm not saying that that's the answer.
No. But now you're like this open book. Now you're just like you gotta reel it in and bring it in and take it out and be like, you are so fucking funny. But anyways, this has been Splittin Hairs. Thank you for listening. Follow us. I have a would you rather. Would you rather be in a post-apocalyptic world with being the only person alive, or would you prefer to live in an overly populated world where there's so many people that there isn't any privacy? So would you rather be alone in this apocalypse? You're the only person, or would you rather never be alone ever?
All right, just what do we count it off? I think a meltdown about this one.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Be
alone.
Around everybody forever.
Alone.
I don't even like saying that.
I just ruined your day. Thank you guys so much.
That really fucked me.